Hey everybody, Bobby here. I get to take over Wednesdays, which I'm really excited about because Tuesdays were just trying to cram too much in, so I wasn't doing a very good job of the my day. So I am in the women's book study, Bible study. What if Jesus was serious? The online group is meeting on Tuesday evening, and then the in-person group is meeting on Thursday morning. We have about 30 women who are going through the book study together, and wow, we have some really awesome conversation because of how simple this book explains what Jesus was talking about in the Sermon on the Mount. So if you're not in our group, you are missing it. If you're a dude, sorry, we're not going to let you in. But if you are a lady, you are missing it. And hopefully this is such a good book. I can't imagine that we couldn't do another round. So if you're interested at all, drop us a message or call the church office. And you can still join in. We'll be finishing up by the end of May, so we're pretty much halfway through the book. But so last night we were doing our virtual book study, and we are to the part about loving your neighbor, turning the other cheek, and that sort of thing. But there were a couple of chapters that really stood out to me and us because we kind of hung out there last night in these two chapters. So I just wanted to, if you're not in the book study, this will totally make sense to you. So don't leave. And if you're in the book study, hang out and listen and maybe you have something else to add. But this particular chapter, it says, if Jesus was serious, then we will love with our actions, not merely our feelings. Wow, because to how many of us is love a feeling? So I'm just going to read a part of this. It says, God is love. It's one of the most quoted sentences in the New Testament, but there is a gap, however, between what the Apostle John meant when he wrote it and how often we hear it. The word love carries a lot of cultural baggage. Can y'all say amen to that? Modern Western people hear love and conjure up ideas of romantic infatuation, gooey feelings, and sweet sentimentality. Say that one fast. We think of love as a soft and gentle emotion. Am I right? Therefore, we read Jesus' command to love your enemy. It is almost impossible to comprehend what he means. Enemies do not naturally provoke feelings of infatuation or sentimentality. In order to grasp Jesus' command, we must first have our vision of love recalibrated. And I was like, hold up. What does he mean by that? The sort of love Christ calls us to engages far more than our emotions. It activates our will. Wow. Apart from any feelings, which few of us can control, real love means to will the good of another person, even if the person resists the action. You following? To love our enemy is to actively seek what is in our enemy's best interest, even if he or she does not agree. Citizens of his kingdom put the interest of others ahead of their own, even when that person is our enemy. It goes into a lot more depth about who your enemies are. It can be everything from someone who has seriously wronged you to people in your house who just aggravate the mess out of you. And we're in COVID, and I don't know how many of y'all people still work from home, or kids are always in the house. So, but enemy is a really strong word too when it comes to that. So, and if you skip over a chapter, these are like really short, like 2-page little. So when I say a chapter, I just mean like a little section. And it talks about prayer. And I know that you guys have heard this before. And it just, every time I hear it or see it, I love this book because it's super visual. It just reminds me, you know, God doesn't just love me. He does love the people that maybe I'm in conflict with. I'm not really a person who hates people. I do have conflict and I do have walls, you know, whatever, y'all know what it is. But it talks about how this is my enemy, but if I'm looking at it through the eyes of Jesus, he loves them just like he loves me, right? And so how can I get to this spot of seeing people the way that Jesus does? And it's through prayer. Because God understands that we cannot genuinely pray for one another and continue to hate him. So if you have some relationships that are struggling, if you have some enemies, if you have some people you're just really annoyed with, you cannot pray for them. Pray for good things to happen to them. Pray for hearts to be turned, fences to be mended, you know, whatever the situation is, and continue to have contempt or hate or anything for this person, because God will not only start to turn your heart, he's listening to your prayers for this person, and he'll turn their heart too. And I just wonder how many people out there, you have a relationship now with someone that was just really, maybe they were just a horrible person to you because maybe they came with like some pre-existing knowledge, or you know how people talk about people and they never got to know you. But I've prayed for lots of people who I've kind of felt like, wow, I don't really understand why they don't like me. I feel like I'm a pretty likable person. And it has turned hearts multiple times. So just consider that as you go throughout your day, go throughout your week. Pray for your enemies. Pray for people that you don't like. Pray for the people that you love and people in your family. But you know, just say, hey God, I don't understand this relationship, or I don't understand why this person doesn't like me. I wish them nothing but, success, good health. I just pray that you continue to turn my heart, to turn their heart, so maybe we can have a meaningful relationship in the future. Promise you that it'll change your heart. So that's all I've got for today. Again, women's Bible study is amazing. I look forward to every Tuesday, and I love you guys.